Adobe Firefly is the all-in-one creative studio with AI-powered image and video editing for today's creative process. Built for creators of every kind, Firefly helps you generate, edit, and experiment fast. Because the asks aren't getting smaller, the budgets aren't getting bigger, and the timelines, oh yeah, still tight. With all the best creative AI models in one place, Firefly brings your ideas to life. Unlock a better way to make with Adobe Firefly.
Memorial Day weekend. Well, live long and prosper. Well, this is Dr. Peter Michalos. And guess what? You know, it's another summer. Well, Dr. Peter, how are we all going to live to be 100?
Well, today, John, I'm going to talk about the top 5 important things that you can do to live long and prosper and for healthy aging. And we talk about things from sleep to diet to movement to oral care to just simple choices that you can make that have a lasting effect on health care. A lot of times we read about these trendy breakthrough treatments or expensive routines, but in reality, many of the habits that can help you live long and prosper don't require any money and very little time. And one of the first one, of course, that's most overlooked is sleep, because sleep is one of the most overlooked parts of the equation, because consistent rest gives the body time to recover, supports hormone balance, helps the immune system function properly. Poor sleep, on the other hand, leaves you drained, less mentally sharp, while increasing the risk of chronic health problems over time. So our goal is to try to get 8 hours of sleep. And for those of us who work crazy hours, I suggest that try to catch up with sleep when you can, like sometimes on weekends or when you can get extra sleep. And also,
now, let me ask you, Doctor, on one thing. And you know, sometimes I sleep in 2 shifts. And I think we have discussed that, you know, because I come home, I'm tired, I fall asleep in the armchair and for 4 or 5 hours, and then I'm up for 3-4 hours, and then I go to sleep again at 5 o'clock in the morning when the other side of midnight is over for another 2 hours. So I got a total of 7, but it's not straight 7. What do you think of that?
Well, I think it's great, and I think it also comes in the roots of, for example, in the blue zones in places like Greece, Sardinia, Italy, they do afternoon siestas. A lot of people during peak sun hours, they get some extra sleep, and then they recharge, and then they're ready, and that's why they're out partying and out late at night and socializing. So that's part of it. The next thing is, of course, the diet, and the diet is very important. It's a major factor, and you got to cut back on processed foods, add proteins, healthy fats, and, you know, Mediterranean style eating has definitely been shown to lower the risk of heart disease and cancer. And, of course, you know, reducing alcohol intake to a very modest amount, because they showed in a lot of studies anything more than 3.5 drinks a week, your rates of cancer increase, especially in women. Breast cancer increases. And the other thing is, of course, not to smoke, because smoking will increase the risk of macular degeneration, which is loss of vision, increases the risk of lung cancer, and that automatically, when you smoke, it basically reduces your lifespan by 10 years. So sooner you can stop it, the better the chance you have to catch up and try to get better. The other thing that ages as quickly as the sun, between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m., that extra sun, that UV damage, it damages your skin. It makes you look older, but it also puts stress on the body because it has to constantly heal the damaged, repaired skin. So people have more basal cells, squamous cells, and melanomas. The other thing, of course, that we talk about often is movement. Being able to move around as we age is very important to try to avoid falls if we maintain our strength, our balance, and having aerobic activities, some strength work, and try to do like 150 minutes a week. But at minimum, if you can at least walk 5,000 steps a day, you look at your watch, that would be ideal, and that's realistic. Everybody talks about more than that, but as we get older, past 65, that's a realistic amount. And one of the other
I've been looking at my watch. I have the new iPhone watch that connects to my iPhone, and I've been averaging about 2,500, 3,000. So are you saying that we've got to do at least more, a little bit more than that?
Yeah, I think around that would be great, you know. And then in the summer, if we have access to swimming, that puts no stress on the joints, and that's an amazing. Just like, you know, swimming in the water in a swimming pool or swimming off the coast of the island of Niceros and having a nice swim, and you just feel good and you don't put any stress on your joints. The last thing that I want to talk about, which is becoming a big thing, is oral health. And I actually just came back from the dentist, and I always discuss with Dr. Robert Ciccarelli and Dr. Adam Baer, who are amazing dentists, and they always tell me that oral health is about longevity, because they found that some of the bad bacteria in the mouth, they end up in heart disease. They found one of the bad bacteria in the mouth, P. gingivalis, in Alzheimer's plaques. And recently, a study, they even found some of the bad bacteria in breast cancer, that it migrates into the bloodstream. And if you have the gene for the BRCA gene for breast cancer, those bacteria tend to migrate more to the breast cancer, which is totally wild that there's a whole other world going on. And that's why getting dental cleanings, I recommend at least 3 times a year, using good prebiotic toothpaste. They even have toothpaste now that can bind the plaque and remove plaque 280% better than other toothpaste, and they developed that up at MIT. So these are all things that we can do combined together will help us to live long and prosper, and we cover this. Each one of these topics has an entire chapter in the new book I have coming out, The Death of Aging, this June. And we just want to keep listening and tell our kids, keep listening to WABC to live long and prosper for more health tips and to have a safe summer. And always remind people with children to always watch them around swimming pools and the ocean to avoid drownings. And even for adults, never swim alone. Always have someone nearby, and use your sunscreen, sun hats, and sunglasses to protect yourself as we have this fabulous Memorial Day weekend.
Well, Dr. Peter Michalos, thank you for everything you do to have all our listeners live longer. God bless you, and God bless America on this Memorial Day weekend. Have a great summer, but we'll be talking every Sunday anyway. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John, for giving us the microphone to always get the truth out.